Hi guys, welcome back to the Marcus Variety Minute, the show that I promised you all and that I have not been producing because I didn't have a camera. And now I have a camera, a really nice one at that, and I can make these regularly like I said I would. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to this. We're gonna answer some questions that I asked, some questions I had you guys ask me on the Patreon. And I'm going to probably talk about some other stuff I ramble on. Y'all know how it is. But let's go and do that right now. Okay. Just ignore my weird, thing I've got going on here. Don't worry about that. Alright, we've got Jason McNabb who says, my question is, what is one of the things that you've covered in any of your videos that you are the most passionate about? Be it something like Star Wars, for example, which would be mine. Or a particular movie that you like, or a video game. What topic that you've covered mattered most to you? Okay, basically, what thing that I talk about in my videos am I most passionate about? The thing about me is, I'm probably equally passionate about all the things that I have, that I've actually ranted about, or that I've, made a long-ass video on. Like, if I'm gonna make a long-ass video, then I'm gonna have to be pretty passionate about it. And I don't like really anything more than anything else. Like, I really like Star Wars, and I really like Dragon Ball, but it comes and goes, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I don't feel like watching Star Wars or Dragon Ball. I wanna, you know, play Street Fighter, you know, like, I'm passionate about a lot of things. Ugh. Die. It's hard to say because I'm probably equally passionate about all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't, like, measure it on a scale, if that makes any sense. I basically like everything pretty equally. I mean, I hate a lot of stuff, and I love a lot of things, but it's hard for me to, like, on the love scale, how much I love those things. You know what I mean? I'd say, like, the big ones. Like, I really like Star Wars. I can talk about Star Wars a lot. I really like Dragon Ball. Those are the two things that I really like the most, I think. Dragon Ball and Star Wars. Like comic books, they're pretty low on the tier list. So, I mean, I guess I can, like, come up with things. Tabletop games are pretty close. Sometimes I'm not in the mood for those, though. I'm always down to watch Dragon Ball, and I'm usually down to talk about Star Wars, or, like, play a Star Wars game or something like that. Yeah, it's tough, but I'd say that for a safe bet is probably Star Wars and Dragon Ball. Yeah, so that'd be the answer for now, but it'll change like next week. You'll see. Pedro asks, hey Marcus, what game do you think had the best post-release content? Best post-release content? Probably Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 had really good DLC, to the point where the game was kind of worse than the DLC. That's probably my vote. Dark Souls 2, I never beat the DLC. There was a lot of it. But the DLC was pretty fucking good. Dark Souls 1 had Artorias of the Abyss, and that was pretty good too. Bloodborne had really good DLC. I didn't play the Dark Souls 3 DLC. Was there Dark Souls 3 DLC? See, I don't know. I didn't really mess with that game too much. I think anything in the Souls game. The Souls games, their DLC, like, enhances the experience. Even, like, Scholar of the First Sin, all that stuff makes the games a lot more full and a lot cooler. Like, I don't like when, like, content feels, like, shallow. I don't know. The content has to either be, like, a full new game, or it has to change the game, like, completely. Like, I don't like the Breath of the Wild DLC. Like, I don't want to be on a motorcycle. Like, if Breath of the Wild DLC to me feels like stuff that they wanted to put in the game, but they couldn't fit in the game. That's how you do DLC bad. That bad DLC. That's bad. But if you make, like, worthy enhancements to the game, and, like, more fuller content and experiences for the game, that's what I prefer. I usually don't do DLC, though. For being honest, I usually don't really dig DLC. Like, a good example of how it's done well is the Red Dead Redemption Zombie expansion, which is basically what I said, it's an expansion. Like, you could buy that on your own, the whole zombie campaign. You just buy that as its own game. Stuff like that, I'm really all for, you know? Good question, Pedro. Taylor Watts asks, I want to know the origins of the Cosmonaut Variety Hour crew. Where did y'all meet? When did y'all decide to start working together on the channel, and why? We've said this a few times, like through streams and stuff like that. I already knew Dan. We lived together. We were friends. We met a few years ago. I guess more than a few years ago. We met a while ago. It's hard to keep track of time when I'm so scatterbrained. We met in college, which I'm still in college, but he's not anymore. We moved in together eventually, and I had already started my YouTube channel, but I kind of was like just messing around with it. Like that's when I made like the Spider-Man video. Like if you guys go on the video description on the Spider-Man video and on Mega Man and Harry Potter and all the very first videos that I made, the upload date, it's like the same day, basically. That's because I took them down and I tweaked them a little bit and I put them back up all at once when I decided, okay, I'm gonna actually do this now. But I posted those back in like 2012, 2013, like through the span of 2012 and 2013 is when I made those first few videos. And I was kind of on my own. I didn't really have any like vision for the channel. Like I knew I was making pretty decent, funny videos, but I didn't really have anywhere to go from there. You know what I mean? But then when I lived with Dan, I was like, you know what? I could probably keep doing this and just have fun with it, you know? And I made the Kim Kardashian video as like my comeback, even though I didn't have a microphone anymore, so the audio's really bad on that video. And when I posted that, it got like 1,000 views or something, right? I don't know. It got like 1,000 views, and I was like, okay, I can make this work if I actually really tried. Then Dan and I were like, you know, let's do some stuff together. Like I can pump out some, you know, Let's Plays stuff. I can do like commentaries, like, and that's when it started with that. And then probably like 5 months later, I started talking to Megan, and I was like, she's pretty funny, and we get along, and she has a really good voice. I think that was the main thing, is that I like Megan's voice. And I think that she's good for the videos, for her voice, too. So I was like, hey, you want to be on the YouTube channel? And she was like, yes, please. And that was it. I kind of met Megan on the pretenses of the channel, so that's kind of how we met. Dan I already knew. And now Megan is around forever. And so's Dan. But that's kind of it. I just kind of brought them on when I felt like I needed help. Because it's a lot of work to do this stuff. And like Julian edits some of the video, or he edited like a few of the videos back in the day, and he's in them. So he's like, you know, helping too. All my friends, like I've like probably like 5 or 10, between 5 and 10 really close friends, and they'll help me out. You know what I mean? But that's about it. Yeah. Battlefly asks, what are your thoughts on the Netflix version of Erased? I've never seen that. I actually don't know what that is. I'm gonna look it up because I don't know what that is. Oh, it's based on an anime, right? Huh. I've never seen this. Come back next week, and come back next month, and tell me what this is about. Iris Fox says, sort of leeching on Taylor Watt's question, what are your goals and dreams for Cosmonaut Variety Hour? It's hard to say. I want to get interns, so I don't have to do as much work. I basically want to make enough money doing this that I can make it better. You know what I mean? Like, I personally do not require a lot of money to subsist. Like, I'm a pretty humble person. You know what I mean? So all the money that I would earn, that I do earn, I basically put towards making the channel, like, better. Like the camera. That's not the only camera I even have. I got cameras all day. There's one right here. Okay. 2, 3. I got cameras all day, baby. I'm just trying to make things look better. I'm trying to make things look more professional, presentable. I'm trying to make things nice. You know what I mean? That's shit on me. I don't like when I see YouTube channels that are doing really well and they're not really trying. It kind of bums me out. Like, I really like seeing people really put a lot of effort in, a lot of heart. Like Nakey Jakey, to shout out a YouTuber. Really like his videos, and I see the passion that he puts in them, and that's kind of what people need to do more of. That's what I like to see more of, and that's kind of what I want to do. And I think that, like, there's a way that like more money makes things better. Like if you watch like Funhouse, like if you watch like I was watching Demo Disc from Funhouse, if you guys know that show. It's pretty popular. I was watching their old episodes, like their very first ones, and then compare them to their most recent ones, and the production value is so much better. Like all of the editing is like the jokes are all delivered by editing. And that's because they have interns, they have money, they've got resources, and they have time. And those are all things that I want to acquire in order to make the channel better for everybody. You know, I want everybody to have more fun with it. I want Megan and Dan to like, you know, be in like more stuff. And I want us to all like kind of have a show that we can do together. I know Megan's working on a show that we can all kind of collaborate on and all of us can like get in on so that we can have kind of like the one thing that we all like really want to do together. Because like right now, as you guys know, it's basically just like me and Dan just doing the podcast. You know, he's putting all his heart and effort into that. Megan's doing like some of the stuff that's going to be coming out soon. And then I'm kind of just like putting up the main content. But we want to kind of like bring it in a little bit, you know what I mean? And I do also want to move out of Florida and start working with other people. I do have some people who have contacted me, some people who are actually pretty cool. I don't want to say like who they are. It's been a few people who have contacted me about appearing on other shows and things like that. And I would like to do things like that, but I don't have like the time or the money to do that kind of stuff yet, because I'd be paying out of pocket to do any of that. So, you know what I mean? Basically, it's all about money. And it's not money that I want to put away for me. It's money that I want to use to branch out, expand. You know what I mean? I guess it just kind of sounds like I want money, but no, that's not really it. I just want it to be big. You know, I want to be cool like all the other YouTubers. You know what I mean? I want people to just be entertained consistently. I don't want anybody to get sick of me. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, I hope that answered your question. I kind of rambled about that one a little bit too much. We've got Tabili Virus. I don't know how to say her name. I'm sorry. As someone who worked at Universal, yes, Orlando, until just last year, let me be nosy and ask what/where did you work before you quit to be a full-time internet cool guy? Thanks. I'm actually kind of still part-time internet cool guy. I don't work that hard. So yeah, I worked at Universal until very recently. I kept it a secret because I had people finding me there. Satch, you don't count. Satchel found me, and I gave him like an ARG, like scavenger hunt. That was actually pretty fun. But I had some other people find me, and not that I didn't like it. Like it was nice getting like recognized by like kids and stuff at Universal. Like I had like this like probably 14-year-old kid who was like with his friends. He's like, hey, I know that guy, and that was pretty cute. And I had this one girl see me. I had another guy see me. Like it was always nice, but I didn't want it to be like too crazy, so I never told anybody. But I worked at Gringotts, Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. It was pretty okay. Like it was just whatever. I don't know. A lot of people I know who work there hate it, or like they have very strong feelings about it one way or the other. Like they love it or they hate it. I just didn't. I don't know. It was just a job. Like I've had a lot of jobs, so like I've worked at department stores. I've been a salesman, like door-to-door salesman. And those were all way worse than Universal. So I didn't mind Universal at all. It was nice while it lasted. You know what I mean? It was kind of cool. Like I wouldn't have worked anywhere but Harry Potter. Like the Harry Potter side of the park. Because like I wasn't really interested in anything else in Universal. I'm not really a theme parks guy. I know that's kind of an unpopular opinion among people in Orlando. I don't really like theme parks that much. But I was okay. I was really interested in seeing the behind the scenes aspect of it. So that's why I kind of got the job. And I liked working on the ride. That was kind of fun. I liked being able to yell at fat people and like kids and like dumb people. That was really fun. I did enjoy that. Like, I'm not actually making this up or lying or being facetious. I really did like getting yelled at, because at Universal you can just tell people no. Like, sorry ma'am, if you don't listen to me, you will die. So that was really fun. I did actually like that. I know a lot of people who are still there and they're pretty miserable, but I feel bad for them because I really had a pretty good time. Not like great, but it was okay. I'd be interested to hear where you worked, Mr. Virus. That'd be cool. We've got Jack Blacklaws. Jack Blacklaws. It's a cool name. Dear Marcus, are there any other tabletop role-playing games that you like other than D&D? I'm glad you asked. Right over here, actually. I got a book over here. Okay. I just bought another book for Force of Destiny. Or for the Star Wars RPG by, not tabletop, what are they called? Fantasy Flight Games, yeah. I really like the Fantasy Flight Star Wars system a lot. This is very, very good stuff, okay? If you like Star Wars, you gotta get you one of these, okay? But, yeah, no, this is probably my favorite one other than D&D. I haven't played a lot of them, because, like I said in my D&D video, I got a DM if we're gonna play a game. So learning a bunch of games gets kind of taxing. I really like to devote myself to, like, one thing, you know what I mean? If you guys want to get into this is only the Jedi version. The original was called, what is it called? Edge of the Empire. That's it. And that one's like bounty hunters and smugglers and like kind of just like normal people or like mercenary type people in Star Wars. Basically the people that Rogue One and the Solo movie are about is what Edge of the Empire is. And then they have Force and Destiny, which is Jedi, Jedi outcasts, sort of, like exiled Jedi and like people who are kind of like, not like really like, you know, Coruscant, like prequel Jedi. You can do that. Like the game allows you to like make stories in different eras if you want. It kind of gives you the groundwork to do that. But you will have to find some supplementary material because like it's got weird systems in it, man. It's got, ooh, this book is fucking dope. Look at that shit. They got Qui-Gon Jinn in that book. Look at that nigga. Look at that nigga. That's dope. He's fighting a fucking Trandoshan. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's fucking awesome. This book has good ass art. I really like Fantasy Flight Games. They also make the X-Wing miniatures game, which I'm a huge fan of. These little dudes here. It's kind of like a Warhammer sort of thing, but for Star Wars ships. And you don't have to like paint them yourself. You can if you want, but it's like a tabletop war game kind of thing. And I love me some Star Wars ships, so probably gonna make a video on that one day on either like Star Wars like flight sim games or like Star Wars ships in general. Because I really like Star Wars ships, baby. I also got the the Millennium Falcon over here from the game. It's not on a peg because I'm bad. I got like 3 of these, so this one's just kind of sitting around. And then I got the Ghost. The Ghost is fucking huge. It's a good game, good tabletop game to play. Well, it costs a little bit of money though. Don't play it if you're broke. I'll recommend that. But yeah, no, this game's awesome. Play this one. If you like Star Wars, play this one right here. You got to get the dice for it though. The dice are weird. Fantasy Flight has like this weird proprietary dice thing where like they have like weird D8s and stuff that have symbols on them instead of like the numbers, and you need those to play, and that's kind of annoying. The first time I played, I actually made my own. Like I took dice and I painted the symbols onto them. I don't recommend that. Just spend the $10, get the dice. They can be kind of annoying to get though, depending on where you live. I had to go to a few shops to get them at first. But yeah, this game's tight. I'll probably make the whole thing on this game because I fucking love this game. It's really good. Oh yeah, and they have Age of Rebellion. That's a third system. If you want to do like Rebels and Empire like fighting each other, that's what you gotta get. There's a bunch of different stuff for that game. But yeah, pretty good game. You should try it. Check it out. Ooh, we got Taylor Watts once more. It would also be awesome to see some sort of top 10 comics list for DC and Marvel, or even just what you consider to be the must-reads. We've heard a few here and there through the videos, but hearing them all compiled would be sweet. Well, I can try my best, Taylor. I think I probably have some of them. Let's check. So, I lost all my comic books. I hate to say it, but I have lost most of them. I can still rattle off a few. I don't know about a top 10. I haven't really thought about it enough, I think, as far as DC and Marvel go. And I can't really come up with an equal amount of both of them. So I'm just going to tell you, like, a few that I consider to be top tier. My number one favorite Batman story is... I'll put it right here, actually. Right here, okay. My number one favorite Batman story is Batman the Black Mirror. Black Mirror or Black Glove? It's Black something. I'll look it up and I'll check, because there's a lot of Batman the Black blank, like the Black whatever, and I get it mixed up. I also... Somebody fucking stole it from me. It's not on my shelf and I'm pissed. But it looks like this, and it's the best Batman story I've ever read. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it a lot. It's also got Dick Grayson as Batman. So if you like Dick Grayson and you like Robin, and you like the idea of Dick Grayson being Batman instead of Bruce Wayne, because this is during the time that Bruce Wayne was not Batman. So it's got Dick Grayson dealing with being Batman on his own. It's got him with an interesting villain, someone who's not like a, you know, masked lunatic. It's like a normal, you know, villain, like a grounded villain, but still really creepy and really scary. And it has some of the most upsetting shit that I've seen in a comic book. It was very, very disturbing in some parts, but also still pretty campy and fun. Like, it had Batman, it had Dick Grayson, like, fucking fighting a dude in a helicopter or something. I really don't remember it that well, but I love it, and it was awesome. Also, as far as Batman goes, we've got the Court of the Owls series, which is really good. It was the first arc in the revamped New 52 era, and basically everything by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, or whatever, the guy who draws it. Everything by Scott Snyder, Batman-wise, is awesome. You can just start with this and just keep going until the current stuff, and that will get you pretty far as Batman goes. You're gonna get a lot out of that. There's a lot of shit to read, and it's all really cool. All of it's really cool. Basically, no bummers, no downsides if you're gonna read this stuff. Start with this and just keep going, and it's still going. You're gonna catch up, and it's pretty breezy. It hasn't been. It's pretty easy to get through. Hasn't even been 100 issues, I don't think. That's probably wrong. There's probably been 100 issues. I don't know yet though. I kind of stopped. I kind of dropped it after a little while, but. I have been meaning to pick it up because it looks crazy right now. I tweeted some pictures of what's going on in Batman right now. That shit looks wild. I'm gonna start picking that up again. Let's do a Marvel one. My favorite Marvel books. I really like Ultimates. Ultimates Volume 1 and Volume 2. They're a little edgy for me now. The thing is, I haven't read comic books in a while, so I'm kind of giving you what I've read over my lifespan, really. Ultimates is really good. It's the core inspiration for the Avengers movies. So if you like it's basically Ultimates 1 and 2 is Avengers 1. You will see that as you read it. You'll be like, this is exactly the same as Avengers in a lot of ways, and it is. They took a lot from it. But like I said, it's a little edgy. It's kind of during an era where people were trying to be a little more violent and crude with their comics, but you know, not like in an aggressive way, not like in a really bad way. Let's do a Spider-Man. What's a good Spider-Man story that I love? The Marvel Knights run of Spider-Man. The first, storyline, the first arc in that. I don't remember what it's called, but that one's really good. I have also mentioned All-Star Spider-Man and Wolverine. Or no, Astonishing Spider-Man. Astonishing Spider-Man and Wolverine, I think is what it's called. I've said that before in my other videos. That is very good. I really, really, really like that story. I love Infinity Gauntlet a lot. I am a huge fan of Infinity Gauntlet. New X-Men, right here, by Grant Morrison. This one's pretty good, and you can read Grant Morrison's run on this, and then go into Astonishing X-Men, and then also read X-Force. X-Force is my favorite team comic out there. I love X-Force. X-Force has Deadpool, Logan, X-23, Psylocke, and Phantom X. And Phantom X is introduced here, so you gotta read this to find out who Phantom X is. He's like this French, like ninja, like cool, like ninja guy. He's really cool. Grant Morrison's a little weird. Some of his shit is dense. Like, this is a small book. This is only volume 1. I only own volume 1, but he says some of his shit's hard to understand. He gets very conceptual, I should say. This is really good, though. It's good stuff. And that kind of just leads into the X-Men stuff that I like. Like I said, I like X-Force and Astonishing, but you can read that first, and it's a good starting point. It doesn't treat you like a dummy, you know, but it'll also kind of hold your hand through some stuff that you may have missed. I love, what's it called? The Logan story. I'm really dumb. I'm really bad at this, guys. Old Man Logan. That's it. I like Old Man Logan a lot. That's a good one. Really into that. The movie, though, condenses the best parts of it into one, so I think you should just watch Logan, because it's probably going to be a nicer time for you. There's just some parts in Old Man Logan that really get you, though, that aren't in the movie at all. Oh, man. It's really good. Like, for instance, in Old Man Logan, Logan refuses to use his claws. So you're really not going to see Wolverine with his claws out. And also, it goes into more of, like, the other characters and how they died and stuff like that. Like, you see more than just Professor X. You see, like, Spider-Man's, you know, fate. You see a lot of how the world got really fucked up, and that was pretty cool. There's a lot of really good comics, guys. I could go on for a while. My battery's gonna die, so I should probably cut this a little short. I'll keep talking about comics next time. How about that? There's still a few more that I kind of want to go through, but I think that's a good starting point if you wanna get going. All right, we got last question. We've got Dylan Goslin says, "Hey Marcus, I would love a shorty on you just nerding out about some of your favorite PC/NPC moments in a tabletop. Doesn't have to be one of your characters." All right. Let me think. I'll record the ending now. Well, guys, I think that's all the time that I have right now. I would love to keep going, but my battery is about to die. So I'll see you guys next time. I'm going to ask you for some questions ahead of time, so get them ready in your head. Start thinking about them, because I'm going to want them, okay? All right, have a good one. I will give you one moment that is solidified as one of the most ridiculous moments. Okay, no. No. Dylan Gosland asks, "Hey Marcus, I would love a shorty on you just nerding out about some of your favorite PC/NPC moments in a tabletop. Doesn't have to be one of your characters." Now, Dylan, normally I would answer this one. However, I could make a whole episode about these moments. And that's what I think I'm going to do for the next episode. So hold on to that one. We're going to keep that one to the side, because for the next Marcus Variety Minute, I'm going to talk about basically all the wild and crazy shit that I've had to deal with in D&D. As a player, as a DM, all of it. Because that, I've got a lot, okay? Just a little teaser for you guys for next episode. But I think that's going to be it for me for now. This one was a little long, but I kind of want to make up for the fact that I haven't really done one of these in a little while, so bear with me. The next episode might be a little shorter, but it is going to be about what Dylan is asking about here. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you later. Bye.